Sudan, a land with a history as rich as the Nile River that flows through it, begins its tale with the Kingdom of Kush in ancient Nubia. This kingdom, which thrived between the 8th century BC and the 4th century AD, was a beacon of civilization and innovation. Its achievements spanned across various fields such as architecture, literature, religion, and trade, making it a vital player in the ancient world. The Kushites were master builders, erecting grand temples and pyramids that still stand as silent witnesses to their past glory. In literature and religion, they developed unique scripts and worshipped a pantheon of gods, some shared with their Egyptian neighbors. In the realm of trade, Kush was a significant hub, connecting Africa, Europe, and Asia, and fostering cultural exchanges. This interaction with other civilizations, especially ancient Egypt, deeply influenced Kushite society and culture. The legacy of Kush, a testament to Sudan's early civilization, has left an indelible mark on the pages of history. As pages of time turned, Sudan became a melting pot of religions, with Christianity and Islam leaving a profound impact. The early medieval period witnessed the introduction of Christianity by tireless missionaries. They traversed challenging terrains and cultural barriers, sowing the seeds of a faith that would profoundly influence the region. But as the centuries rolled on, a significant shift occurred. Under the rule of the Funj Sultanate, a powerful entity that dominated the landscape of Sudan, the population began a gradual conversion to Islam. The allure of this new faith, combined with the political clout of the Funj, led to the widespread acceptance of Islam. This transition was not merely a change in religious affiliation, it was a transformation that touched every aspect of life, influencing the arts, law, and societal structures. The fusion of Christianity and Islam has significantly shaped Sudan's cultural and social fabric. The late 19th century saw Sudan under Turkiyah rule, a period marked by conflict and resistance. Amidst the tumult, a figure emerged who would change the course of Sudanese history: Muhammad Ahmad al-Mahdi. Claiming to be the prophesied redeemer of Islam, al-Mahdi called for an uprising, the Mahdist Revolt, against the ruling Ottoman, Egyptian and British colonial powers. The revolt was more than just a military campaign. It was a social and religious movement that deeply resonated with the Sudanese people. It challenged not only foreign rule, but also the established order, promising a return to the puritanical form of Islam and an end to the societal ills plaguing Sudan. The consequences of this revolt were far-reaching. It led to the establishment of the Mahdist state, which, despite its eventual downfall, left an indelible mark on Sudanese society and identity. The Mahdist Revolt, a pivotal moment in Sudan's history, ignited a flame of resistance that burns bright even today. The dawn of the 20th century brought with it a new form of governance, the Anglo-Egyptian Condominium. This period marked a significant shift for Sudan, as the country came under the joint administration of Britain and Egypt. The Condominium, which began in 1899, was characterized by a dual control system, with each nation playing a distinct role in Sudan's governance. The British primarily handled Sudan's administration and economic development, introducing new agricultural practices and infrastructures. On the other hand, Egypt, although technically in charge, had limited actual control, leading to a power imbalance within the condominium. The political tensions between the north and south of Sudan also intensified during this period. The north, predominantly Arab and Muslim, was politically favoured, while the south, with its diverse ethnic and religious communities, often felt marginalised. The condominium era was a time of development, yet also of division. It left a complex legacy, setting the stage for Sudan's path towards independence. 1956, a year etched in Sudan's memory, marked its liberation from colonial rule. The jubilation of freedom, however, was soon overshadowed by the monumental task of nation-building. A country diverse in its ethnic and religious composition faced the challenge of constructing a national identity that embraced all its citizens. This proved to be a daunting task as deep-seated divisions surfaced. Historically, Sudan has been a tapestry of cultures, a mosaic of different ethnicities and religions. This diversity, while enriching, also sowed the seeds of discord. The struggle to establish a harmonious blend of identities gave rise to internal conflicts, sparking a series of bloody civil wars. The First Sudanese Civil War, spanning from 1955 to 1972, and the Second Sudanese Civil War from 1983 to 2005 brought immense suffering and loss to the Sudanese people. Sudan's journey to independence and its aftermath were marred by internal strife, shaping a nation grappling with its identity. The early 21st century witnessed one of Sudan's darkest chapters, the Darfur conflict. The roots of this conflict lie deep in the socio-economic disparities and ethnic tensions between the Arab-dominated government and non-Arab tribes of the region. The struggle for control over fertile land and scarce resources fueled violence that escalated into full-blown warfare. This conflict has been characterized by brutal ethnic violence, with atrocities committed by both sides, leading to an immense humanitarian crisis. Thousands of innocent civilians have been displaced from their homes, facing extreme hardship and dire living conditions. The international community responded with a mixture of condemnation and humanitarian aid. However, despite peacekeeping efforts and numerous ceasefire agreements, achieving lasting peace has been elusive. The Darfur conflict is not just a war over resources or political power. It's a tragic example of how deep-seated ethnic divisions and socio-economic inequalities can erupt into devastating violence. Darfur remains a poignant reminder of the human cost of conflict and the urgent need for peace. In 2005, a glimmer of hope emerged with the signing of the Comprehensive Peace Agreement. This landmark accord brought an end to the Second Sudanese Civil War, a brutal conflict that had lasted over 2 decades, causing immense suffering and loss. The CPA represented more than just a ceasefire. It was a commitment to a new future, a promise of change. Integral to this agreement was a provision for a referendum, allowing the people of South Sudan to determine their own destiny. 6 years later, in 2011, the world watched as South Sudan voted overwhelmingly for independence. This was not just the birth of a nation, it was the culmination of a struggle for self-determination that had spanned generations. The birth of South Sudan marked a major shift in Sudan's political landscape, a testament to the resilience of its people. It was a moment of triumph, but also a reminder of the challenges that lay ahead in this new era of independence. The dawn of independence brought with it a host of challenges for Sudan. The secession of South Sudan in 2011 left a gaping void in the nation's economy, as it lost about 75% of its oil reserves. This economic instability was further fueled by inflation and unemployment, painting a grim picture for the country's financial future. Simultaneously, political unrest was brewing. The ousting of President Omar al-Bashir in 2019, after a 30-year reign, marked the beginning of a new era. However, this transition to democracy was far from smooth. Public protests, military coups and human rights abuses continued to taint the political landscape. Yet in the face of these adversities, Sudan remains resilient. The nation is gradually working towards establishing a democratic governance system, with civilians and the military sharing power. Despite the hurdles, Sudan continues to navigate its path towards stability and democracy. Sudan's story is not just its own, but one intertwined with its neighbours and the global community. Indeed, Sudan's geopolitical location has placed it at the heart of several regional conflicts, and its relationships with neighbouring countries have been marked with both cooperation and contention. Historically, Sudan has had intricate ties with countries like Egypt, Ethiopia, Eritrea, Chad, and Libya. These relationships have often been shaped by shared resources, cross-border ethnic groups, and political ideologies. Sudan's role in these regional conflicts has varied, sometimes playing the mediator, at other times the antagonist. On the global stage, Sudan has engaged with international organizations and participated in peacekeeping missions. It has sought assistance from the international community to resolve its internal conflicts and manage humanitarian crises, while also facing international scrutiny over human rights issues. Sudan's international relations underscore its strategic importance in the region and its potential role in fostering regional peace. Today, Sudan stands on the cusp of a new era, one full of promise and potential. As we look forward, we see a nation striving for peace, stability and development, a country endeavouring to heal old wounds and embrace a unified future. In this quest, Sudan is making concerted efforts to address the internal conflicts that have long plagued its society. It is working tirelessly to promote national reconciliation, to bring together diverse cultures, religions, and ethnic groups in a shared vision of harmony and prosperity. Alongside these efforts, Sudan is also striving to achieve sustainable development goals, focusing on areas like education, health, economic growth, and environmental sustainability. These are ambitious goals, but they are not unreachable. They require commitment, resilience, and above all, a belief in the power of collective action. As Sudan continues its journey, it carries with it the hopes and dreams of its people, a testament to their enduring spirit.